At the painting competition, I publicly announced my withdrawal and stepped off the stage amid the stunned silence, calmly watching my own student win first place with a work she had copied from me, then kiss my boyfriend in front of everyone and mock me as a woman no one could ever love. They thought this was my defeat. What they did not know was that I had already been reborn after the previous life in which she stole everything from me and ultimately caused my death. This time, I am standing below the stage only to let her climb high enough so I can personally drag her back down. Eliza, what are you spacing out for? The studio door burst open as my best friend, Chloe, rushed in, waving her phone. I snapped my eyes open, taking in the familiar easel and the unfinished thesis project resting on it. I had been reborn to the day before Vanessa plagiarized my graduation work and publicly exhibited it. Quick, look at the school's online forum. That too. Faced snake Vanessa is stirring up trouble again. My gaze fell on Chloe's phone screen. The pinned post had an eye-catching title. To all fellow art lovers, when your closest junior steals your inspiration, where do you go from here? In the post, without naming names, she told the story of a hardworking senior whose work was shamelessly copied by a genius junior, even without explicitly stating who the genius junior was. Everyone knew it was me. I was the art prodigy of our year, hailed as a genius since enrollment. Vanessa had even included comparison images in her post. One was her so-called competition entry, and the other was the archive of my thesis project that I had only submitted to the school's online submission system yesterday. The composition, colors, brushstrokes, and even the innovative stippling technique I had only first proposed in my graduation thesis. Everything was identical. It wasn't just similar, it was an exact copy. The comment section below had exploded. I always thought something was off about that Eliza, acting all high and mighty. Turns out she is just a plagiarist. So much for being an art prodigy. She probably just had some shady deal with the instructors. Vanessa is too kind. If it were me, I'd report her and get her expelled. Poor Vanessa, sending hugs. People like this are a disgrace to the art world. They should just get out. The familiar words pierced my heart like poison daggers. In my previous life, it was this very post that sent my life spiraling into an endless hell. I was vilified by thousands and investigated by the school. Professor Bennett's gaze changed from initial admiration to utter disappointment. Meanwhile, Vanessa built her success on my ruin. She won the National Young Artists Gold Medal with my painting, signed with a top gallery, and enjoyed limitless glory. I was branded a plagiarist and finally jumped from the roof of this very studio, looking at Vanessa's innocent face on the phone screen. I slowly clenched my fist, seeing my expression change. Chloe was on the verge of tears. Eliza, say something. Let's go to the professor right now and show her all your drafts and evidence. We can't let Vanessa bully you like this. Evidence? In my previous life, I had presented all the evidence, from my initial inspiration notes to every compositional sketch, to detailed technical analysis, but it was useless. Vanessa always managed to produce even earlier evidence. She could even articulate my creative concepts eloquently before I did. Eliza, Chloe shook me anxiously. I looked up and gave her a reassuring smile. Don't worry, Chloe. This time, I was determined to find out how she did it. Chloe and I walked towards the school's art gallery. From a distance, we could see Vanessa standing in front of the painting, surrounded by Professor Bennett and several other faculty members. She was passionately explaining her creative concept. So, I used the stippling technique here to represent the moment when light and shadow break apart and recombine, symbolizing hope in the midst of despair. Her words matched my written explanation verbatim. The surrounding professors nodded in approval, their eyes full of admiration. This girl Vanessa not only has talent but also works hard. Indeed, the depth of thought in this painting surpasses many of her peers. My arrival disrupted the harmonious scene. All eyes turned to me, and whispers broke out. She has the nerve to show up. Look at her expression. Not a hint of remorse. Seeing me,